Well, hello and welcome to Bingewatch, the podcast where we take a look at the hottest new TV and film releases on streaming television platforms. I'm Hannah Fernando, the group editor of Woman and Woman and Home magazine.
And I'm Ian McEwen, writer on TV and Satellite Week, TV Times, What's on TV and whattowatch.com. And today we're looking at the new releases that will be available on Friday the 29th of August 2025, including the film adaptation of Richard Osman's crime novel Thursday Murder Club on Netflix, and James Norton as King Harold in the Norman conquest drama King and Conqueror on BBC iPlayer.
We'll also be checking out Korean music talent show Kpopped on Apple TV Plus and action thriller Terminal List Dark Wolf on Prime Video. But first, Ian, what is in the news?
Remember the Apple TV Plus comedy Stick, starring Owen Wilson as a washed-up former professional golfer mentoring a gifted teenager? Well, I do, and we liked it, and it's coming back for a second season. What else is in the news, Hannah?
Well, Netflix action comedy The Leading Man, based on comic book, will star John Cena and Kevin Hart and centre on a gung-ho actor who finds out that his co-star is an undercover agent. Who'd have thunk it?
Good stuff. Well, you cannot fault us for variety, because we've got a historical epic, we've got a music talent show, we've got a military action thriller, and we've got some cosy crime. Yes, so we're going to start on BBC iPlayer with a period drama called King and Conqueror. And here's a clip.
Power is like a fire. Unchecked, it will destroy everything.
Harold, we're bound together. Normandy and Wessex together. Maybe you and I are better than all of them. The devil is coming.
I cannot let William even think that he can take the crown.
So you might have seen episode 1 of this on Sunday night on BBC One, and the whole shooting match is available on BBC iPlayer should you wish to binge your way through. So we're back to the 11th century. Yes. And of course most people are aware of 1066, the Battle of Hastings, Harold's getting an arrow in the eye, William the Conqueror, that kind of thing. But do you know much about what led up to that, Hannah? I suspect not. Probably the same for me and most people. So this is 8 episodes, and it's telling the story of Harold, who was an Anglo-Saxon nobleman. He's played by the fantastic James Norton from Happy Valley and lots of other great stuff. And as William, Duke of Normandy, we have Game of Thrones star Nikolai Coster-Waldau, who is very good. Now, I watched episode 1 of this, and I had to continually rewind, because obviously they're introducing all the characters and how they're all related to each other. And in fact, the Duke of Normandy is related to lots of these noblemen and kings over in England. So yeah, I had to keep rewinding, thinking, what? And also, at times, the dialogue went very quiet when people were doing some important exposition. So there is some slightly clunky exposition. I guess there have to be, because they've got to kind of map this all out and give a bit of the background, the historical background and the significance, for instance, of someone marrying someone else, someone being crowned king. Anyway, it is good. I did enjoy it. I mean, these period dramas, you just look at the sets and you think, they're amazing. I'm pretty sure some of it must have been done possibly in Hungary, where they've filmed a lot of these historical things, and they have these huge sort of villages where there's everything there that you need, that they've built. Anyway, let me tell you who else is in it. So you have Eddie Marsan, yes, who is being crowned over in England. You've also got Clemence Poesy from Harry Potter as Matilda, who's the wife of William, and Edith Swanneck is played by the Pursuit of Love's Emily Beecham, and she is the wife of Harold. Anyway, you'll get the gist. So it all starts off, they're all friendly to start with, but there's sort of battles between two different areas of England. There's sort of fierce rivalry. So I don't think I need to lay it all out there. You'll get the gist. You may have to rewind here and there, but stick with it because it's good stuff. What did you think, Hannah?
As you say, I mean, a brilliant cast, and also a brilliant kind of. It just must cost a fortune, mustn't it? Creating this scenery and just making it. It is incredibly well done. I really thought that, and also, like you said, you learn so much because we kind of all know what happened in the history books and what we're taught with the GCSE or A-level curriculum or whatever it might be that you've studied up to. But actually, the events leading up to this huge clash is not as well documented, is it? So I found it really, really interesting. And the fact that you've got such big names in it, I think always suggests that something's going to be good. They've seen the script, think it's going to be great. And I don't know, you come away from, I mean, I like things like this. I like sort of those historical dramas. I do enjoy that. There's a massive takeaway from that for me. But also, I mean, yes, I kind of agree with you. That's sort of not clunky, but there are some bits that are a bit sort of odd. But actually, they by and large, I think they go relatively unnoticed because really, it overall, it's very, very good. So I thoroughly enjoyed what I've seen.
Well, a complete change of pace now because over on Apple TV Plus, we have a new reality show called Kpopped. And here's a clip.
Iconic artists you all love.
Spice Girls, 해선배님.
To combine forces with the hottest K-pop group to create performances like you've never seen.
And it's all going down in Seoul, Korea.
Get ready for an epic song battle.
We'll see who brings it.
We're gonna win.
Yes, this is really, really unusual. So when I first got this to review, I thought, I'm not sure this is for me. I don't think I'm going to like this very much. But there were two big kind of flags for me that would suggest this is going to be good and go against my original initial feelings. And that is, firstly, it's Apple TV, as we always talk about. They're pretty good, decent shows, aren't they? And also, again, we talked about names when we were talking about the last series, but this has got big names too, really big names. And so this is a really unusual reality show, I suppose. And reality, I think in recent times has kind of taken a bit of a dip to a degree, and we've seen some reality shows cancelled. Have they run the course? And trying to find new things that people will be interested in. Perhaps this is it. Perhaps they've nailed it. So it's 8 parts, and it's a completely new concept, and it sees music legends team up with some of the biggest names in K-pop. Now, K-pop is an absolute phenomenon, and a lot of people won't know, I think. I mean, I don't really know a lot of the music, but it's completely different. It's very, very precise, and it's bizarre to think that you could reimagine some of the biggest hits that we know in a K-pop kind of fashion. So that's exactly what is happening. They're using the biggest names in K-pop, teaming up with the biggest names in sort of popular culture music for us, creating greatest hits and these musical showdowns. So let's talk about the names. I mean, Boy George is there, Jess Glynn, Kylie Minogue, a couple of the Spice Girls, and we heaven forbid that Victoria Beckham might turn up. She did not have a cameo performance, I'm afraid to tell you. She was busy on a yacht somewhere with David, being Lady Beckham. But anyway, I digress. And they come together to make these hits, have this very fresh K-pop twist, and they're all very, very nervous about doing it because the actual original artist is there. There's a live audience, and in Seoul in South Korea where it's set, and they'll have to choose which song is the best K-pop hit. some incredible dance moves. So you have to see, some of the groups aren't as good at dancing. You've got the highs and the lows of this. It's not just all kind of, you see the moments where people are really struggling with it. But it's really interesting. I'm be interested to see how well this does, how interested people are. But as I say, you've got some big names here, and it is a twist to reality TV. It is a bit different, and K-pop is a phenomenon. It's absolutely huge. So you've got the Spice Girls with Wannabe, Kylie Minogue, Can't Get You Out of My Head, Jess Glynn, Hold My Hand. So some real mega tunes that are kind of real popular culture tunes for us. So we're very, very, it's unusual to hear the twist that they have, but also equally brilliant. What did you think, Ian?
Well, for a long time, my knowledge of K-pop started and finished with Ed Balls dancing to Oppan Gangnam Style on Strictly. And in fact, Psy, who sang that track, is the co-host with a Korean comedian called Soo Jeong-sun. However, I've got a bit more. There've been quite a lot of TV shows about K-pop, haven't there? And I've learned that, yes, as you say, I mean, they work them hard, these bands. They make our girl and boy bands look pretty slack, it has to be said. So the dancing, the moves are incredible, and everyone in the group has a specific job. Like one could be a rapper, one could be a dancer, one could be a lead singer. It's very kind of formulaic in a way. Yeah, and basically they're K-popping these big hits, and the people who perform the hits are coming on and sort of, well, they're going to sing them backed by K-pop artists. I would say two things. I mean, it's not really aimed at me, let's be fair. I found the level of excitement annoying. Quite a lot of kind of fake enthusiasm, but I guess you kind of need that on a show like this, a bit like the X Factor or whatever, Pop Idol. The bit I liked the best was when the K-pop groups performed their own songs. I thought that was amazing. It really impressed me. Not so keen on them, performing alongside stars like the ones that you've mentioned. But yeah, it is something different, and I gotta say, I did enjoy it. And great to see Patti LaBelle in episode 1. She was fab doing Lady Marmalade. So yeah, recommended. Over on Prime Video, we have a new action thriller called The Terminal List, Dark Wolf. And here's a clip.
When we step on that battlefield, we fight for each other.
You're moving on a restricted target.
Which is why it's so hard to give up that brotherhood.
You had to shoot him to end the fight.
An example needs to be made.
Along with this insignia comes the trust that we put in you to wear it. You've broken that trust.
So this is a prequel series. So in 2022, there was a series called The Terminal List, and that starred Chris Pratt from the Jurassic World films as Navy SEAL James Reese, and in a nutshell, a lot of his comrades were killed when a mission he was leading in Syria was compromised, so there's been some kind of leak or conspiracy or whatever. And basically the Terminal List is the list of people he's going to sort of rub out for doing it, okay? Now we're turning back the clock, okay, to when he was working in Syria alongside Ben Edwards, who is played by True Detective's Taylor Kitsch. And so he's the central character in this. And spoiler alert, in episode 1, Edwards' conduct after a mission results in him leaving the service. I won't say more than that. And then he gets involved in working as part of CIA Special Ops, okay? So it's all pretty macho. I won't deny that. You've also got Westworld's Luke Hemsworth is in there as CIA contractor Jules Landry. You got the Umbrella Academy's Tom Hopper as Lieutenant Ralph Hastings. So yeah, if you like your thrillers macho and military, this will be for you. I think it's pretty well done, I've got to say. And I did like the central character. He's a slightly different leading man to what you might imagine you'd be seeing in a show like this. What did you think, Hannah?
I thought it was quite good from what I've seen because actually it was looking at the Navy SEALs, which you don't see much about, do you? I mean, that's that I think that's the thing. Kind of seeing their work and what they're doing, but it's I mean, it is an action thriller, and for me, I mean, it is action packed, but it's I don't know. Going back to what I always say, which is, can you do something while you're watching this? No, I don't think you can. You just need to be sat there watching it, completely invested in it, because there's a lot of winding back the clock. There's a lot of seeing what happened before, and you need to absolutely concentrate. I don't. It's not particularly for me. Do I think it was well done? Yeah, I do think it was. I do think it was well done, but it's you got to concentrate in, and I can't concentrate for long.
Sir, yes, sir. May I review another show, sir? Thank you, sir. I should have been in the forces.
You should have been.
I was in the cadet force at school.
It's never too late.
I've missed my window. Okay. Well, we're going to finish with the biggie, really, for this week. It's had a lot of anticipation because on Netflix, it's the film adaptation of Richard Osman's cosy crime book, Thursday Murder Club. And here's a clip.
There she is. Joyce, are you a nurse?
Bang on target.
I'm Elizabeth. Would you take a look at that for me, please?
Dear God.
'Tis a lot of blood.
Would you care to join us to discuss things further?
Who is us?
I'm sorry, how rude of me. We're the Thursday Murder Club.
Oh my goodness me. This is just so exciting, isn't it? I read Richard Osman's debut novel, The Thursday Murder Club, when I was on holiday this year, so I was probably a little bit late to the party and everyone had been talking about it. But my goodness, did I love it? Yes, absolutely, 100%. And when I found out that this was going to be made into something that could be televised, the pressure must be utterly huge on something like this, because we know history dictates that books don't always transpose that well to the screen, or it's done slightly differently, or when you read it, it's your imagination and it's your interpretation, I suppose. And this is then the producers, the editors' interpretation of this book to a degree. However, then we started to see the cast signing up, didn't we? And we started to see the massive names that were going to get involved in this. So for anybody who hasn't read the book, number one, read it. I mean, you won't need to read it to watch this, of course, but do read it because it's absolutely brilliant. And it won't take you long to read because you'll binge it. You absolutely will. And going back to the names, we've got Dame Helen Mirren playing Elizabeth, the very brilliant Elizabeth. We've got Ron being played by Pierce Brosnan, who's got a really wild beard in this. It's quite different, actually, to kind of the Pierce Brosnan style that we've seen before, I think. We've got Ibrahim, played by Sir Ben Kingsley. And then we've got former nurse Joyce, played by Celia Imrie. So we've got some big, massive clout there, haven't we? And this Thursday Murder Club is literally what it says on the tin. They meet up each Thursday to try and crack unsolved crimes from the past, but they actually have a present day mystery that they've got to unravel. And again, I mean, I feel like I'm telling the story and everyone's read this, but essentially they're kind of they're running alongside the police, and probably better, to be honest with you. But it's all of there's so many smaller stories within this, and that's what's so brilliant. So you've got this Thursday Murder Club, which it all hangs together on, but actually each person, each main character has a huge story of love, of treachery, of kind of loads of different reasons to kind of get involved with each cast member. And it's just, I mean, for me, it was going to be very, very hard to beat that book, and I'm not saying it has beaten it, but it's certainly doing it justice. I've really enjoyed what I've seen so far. And as I say, some big names in there, which they must have felt the pressure too, I would think, to do the right thing with this. There are some differences. I mean, there's a couple of bits there that I straight away, or interpretations, as I said earlier, that are slightly different. And I think, oh no, I didn't imagine that person to do that. I didn't imagine that person to be, because when you read it, the words off the page, and when they deliver those lines, like Helen Mirren, Elizabeth, I mean, she's quite a forthright human being, but I didn't imagine her to be Dame Helen Mirren. Really nails that. And sometimes I think, oh, I didn't imagine her speaking quite like that, but she does. And you soon get taken over, and it's yeah, Ian, it's as good as it should be. What do you think?
Well, I haven't read the book, and I'd like to start by saying that I really like Richard Osman. I think he's an incredibly talented and nice guy. However, this wasn't for me at all. I mean, it's got an incredible cast. Well, for starters, why are any of these people in a retirement village? That to me was I didn't believe that. Anyway, I just felt the dialogue was dreadful. The characters pretty poor. Some of the accents. I mean, Mirren and Brosnan were in Mobland, and he did get some stick for his accent in that. And I don't know what the hell he's trying to do in this. It's completely mysterious. So yeah, I didn't like it at all. Although it's directed by Chris Columbus, who did Mrs. Doubtfire with Pierce Brosnan. And I actually switched it off after about half an hour because I thought I've seen enough of this. So maybe you're talking about all these backstories. Maybe once it gets into that, it might have held my interest. But yeah, it just wasn't for me. I know that the book is huge, and I know that fans of the book, I'm sure they will absolutely love it. And the cast list is just staggering. It's got David Tennant overacting to the max. It's got Danny Mays, who I love. So yeah, I mean, it just didn't work for me, but I'm sure everyone else will, like you, will thoroughly enjoy it. Well, now I've got that over with.
You needed to get that out, didn't you? That was like therapy for you.
It's time to find out, Hannah, what the hell you've been binge watching.
Well, The Summer I Turned Pretty.
Which summer was that?
The new one. Well, it was always been that.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, lovely.
But yes, it's one of those things that you can watch. It's sort of my generation in between us and my children, so we can all watch together. It's on Prime Video. Get watching.
Fab. And it's been all about the sport for me because yes, the Women's Rugby World Cup is on, and I saw the Lionesses' glorious victory in their opening game, and also because I went to stay with my sister and she's got Sky, I managed to see Tommy Fleetwood winning a golf tournament after a very long wait to do so that was great fun. Now, we've just got time to look ahead to next week's offerings. So what's on the agenda, Brenda?
Well, Denzel Washington will star in Spike Lee's crime thriller Highest to Lowest on Apple TV+.
And get ready for this because it is quite superb. Sheridan Smith plays the bereaved mother who campaigns to change the double jeopardy law in the compelling real-life drama I Fought the Law on ITVX. Do not miss it. So we look forward to those. But in the meantime, dear listeners, keep watching.